Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today I have two watches from TEMU, the new kind of website that sells a whole bunch of different array of products. And they also do feature watches. I have a special code for you guys as well. They say you can save up to 90% using the code drop down in the description below. And it'll definitely help you save a lot on this Addiesdive and this Cadisen watch. Cadisen watch, you guys are pretty familiar with. These come in these kind of standard cardboard boxes, nothing too crazy, polishing cloth and manual inside. The Addiesdive, which I've never reviewed before, watch from their catalog, comes in this typical Pelly style box, just with a little manual inside, and that's pretty much it. Watch in a plastic bag. But yeah, let's see what's on my wrist, and we'll dig deeper into these two new watches. On my wrist today is the Rolex Day Date 36mm. It's an 18038. I don't wear this every day. I do wear like once a week though, and it's a pretty nice watch. Now, first up, we do have this Cadisen turquoise dial watch, which is an automatic watch, as you can see, with a nice 3-link bracelet here. You kind of get that fluted bezel as well, which is pretty nice. A lot of specifications for your money. This one sells for about $87, I believe. You can find, but with a discount, you can get it for like 65 bucks if you throw that code in there. So I think it's a nice discount if you're looking for something like this. The watch is solid 316L stainless steel. It's produced by Cadisen. They have a lot of affordable watches, actually. And this one, the case is actually pretty good. Fully polished on the top portion of these lugs here, which are 20mm. And then we get polishing on these sides as well. As you can see there, the finishing is actually really good on this model. I was quite surprised compared to some of their other models. But yeah, and you get that nice kind of turquoise dial, very light turquoise. Which kind of has a sunburst effect as well if you get a closer look in there. I thought that was really nice. There's a few different variations. They even threw Cadisen, as you can see there, printed all around the chapter ring. I thought that was quite interesting. Anyway, you get applied indices as well, which are fully loomed, as well as those hands. You get a blue sweeping seconds hand. You do get a magnified date as well, a screw down crown, 100 meters of water resistance, a sapphire crystal. So you can see you're getting kind of a lot for your money here. And I really do like that this watch is 100 meters water resistant with a screwed down crown. The automatic caliber in this watch is the Miyota 8215. Most of you guys are very familiar with this movement. It's kind of the rival of the NH35 there. As you can see, they actually threw an exhibition screw down case back on there. You can see solid end links on that 20mm lug width here as well. And yeah, you get a glimpse of the 8215, which does feature hand winding hacking. It beats at 3 Hertz. Pretty reliable, pretty accurate movements. Go ahead and unscrew the crown here. Pretty sturdy crown. Self-winding. Quick set date. Hacking. And then you can set the time there. Push that down, screw it back in. So no issues there. You get that fluted bezel, which is polished as well, which kind of really glitters. And yeah, you get that nice bracelet like I was talking about. It comes actually on a butterfly style clasp, and the click down is pretty decent, I must say, for the price. It feels pretty firm. It's not going to fall out or anything. As you can see, it comes together very nicely, neatly there at the wrist. Anyway, the watch does have some nice lume as well. Let's get you a little closer. It does say 10 ATM waterproof, 21 joules, and it does state Cadisen automatic, and then you have the Cadisen logo at the 12. But yeah, I think it's pretty decent actually. You know, the bracelet feels of pretty good quality, I must say. Has a decent weight to it also, not too bad there. Bracelet is using pins. Most of you guys are, pretty familiar with pins. Pretty normal on like a $60, $80 watch, so nothing to complain about there. I'd say the one thing I don't like about this watch is that seconds hand's a little short there. I like to see it come out all the way to the 10, 15, and 20. That's probably the only thing about this watch, but let's throw the torch on it and see what kind of looms on here. So I did go ahead and lume it up, and as you can see there, you do get C3 Super Luminova on all of those hour markers and on the hands as well. It's actually pretty decent, doesn't fade too quickly. Now on my 6.5-inch wrist, this watch is actually 40mm, if I didn't mention. So yeah, it definitely fits across, top to bottom. You're looking at 48mm, so it's 40 by 48, 11mm thick. It wears pretty nicely, pretty low on the wrist, and the bracelet definitely hugs the wrist. It's not one that's going to pull hair, I will say that. So it feels pretty sturdy on the wrist, feels pretty good. Has a nice luxurious look if you're going for that. And you can see that turquoise really shines below that sapphire crystal, which also does have an anti-reflective coating. So yeah, pretty decent. Now next up is this Addiesdive, and they did call this one the Deep Sea Master, as you can see there. So yeah, this is a dive watch, obviously. It's kind of themed after some other, watches you've seen out there before. But these have been around for quite some time from a number of different brands. I would say since early 2014-15 about. And they're pretty decent watches, I must say. This thing is built like a tank. As you can see there, you kind of get the case that comes under. You get drilled lug holes, a screw down crown. You do get 300 meters of water resistance, a ceramic bezel. You get C3 superluminova mixed with BGW9. You get an automatic movement, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. Case diameter, we're looking at 47 millimeters. But it's a very round watch. It doesn't wear like a 47, that has a lug width of a lug to lug of like 58, It's 47 across here, and it's 44 lug to lug. So it definitely doesn't wear like a 47 diameter. Keep that in mind. It wears like a 43, I'd say. A true 43. Considering it's like a full circle, this watch. Completely round. Anyway, your screw down crown is not the typical 3 o'clock. We get it at the 4 o'clock position. And it is signed with the Addiesdive logo, as you can see there, which is pretty neat. The dial is also signed with their logo, printed below the 12 o'clock position. Nice large style dive hands. You get a quick set date over at the 3. You get your 120 click ceramic bezel as well. The watch itself is running an NH35, which most of you guys are familiar with. 40-hour power reserve, 3 hertz, 21,600 beats per hour. You get the quick set date, hacking, hand winding, all that good stuff. Pretty reliable movements. Go ahead and unscrew the crown here. Nice large crown. Pretty smooth, the self-winding. I realize whenever you have a larger crown on an NH35, the winding experience is always smoother. I don't know if that's just me or... But yeah, very smooth. One position, quick set date, hacking position in your final position. Pretty decent here. Push that back down. And nope. There we go. Screw it back in. There we go. The bezel action. So it's actually, you kind of have to grip it from a certain area. As you can see, this portion is covered with steel. And you have this open area and this open area. So what you want to do on this watch is kind of hold it from here to here and here to here, and you can rotate the bezel. I wouldn't say it's the best bezel action in the world, but it's definitely decent. Definitely going to get the job done, and everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position, which is very nice to see, considering many Seikos do not. Now, this watch also does have a lot of lume. We'll get into that in a second, but first let's take a look at the band it comes on. So you can see it comes on the Zulu style nylon strap here. A lot of holes very close together, which I do appreciate. Pretty good quality. You get the buckles here, 2 over here, 2 over here, and your short buckle over here. And as you can see, you do get a case back, which is screwed down, signed with their logo. Really cool case shape. Finishing is pretty decent as well. As you can see, this is a 2-piece case, or a 3-piece if you want to say. It's held in by these little bolts here. This will come right off, and as you can see, there's another portion over here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, you get 2 more bolts on this side. Very smooth, no sharp edges. Finishing is pretty decent, I must say. And yeah, I definitely want to lume this up because this should have some really good lume. So let's take a look. Fully loomed up for you guys, and yes, this does have some pretty good lume. You get BGW9 on that 120 click bezel, and you get C3 on the hands and all the hour markers. I must say the hands do shine a little bit brighter than the hour markers. There's a lot more applied. But yeah, it definitely shines very nicely. Very similar to the 6105 models, the lume here. And it's always good lume. Now this is a larger watch. My wrist is 6.5 inches. It does fit across, I must say. It does fit across the wrist. You see that blue anti-reflective coating on that crystal. It does fit across my wrist. It definitely wears a bit larger, but it wears pretty slim, as you can see on the wrist there. The band's pretty comfortable as well. I don't see any reason to change that. This kind of really plants itself on the wrist there, as you can see, and doesn't kind of annoy any area of your wrist. Considering we have the crown at the 4 o'clock position, it's not going to bump into anything, which is really nice. It's a very legible watch for a dive watch. What you want is legibility, of course, accuracy, and I think we have all that. We also have durability. This case is very tough, and we get 300 meters of water resistance. All around, I think it's a pretty cool looking watch. I like the style. I already knew I liked it. And there's a lot of different color variations as well. There's green, blue. I believe they're even offering bracelet options. This has been my experience with TEMU. Both of these watches arrived pretty quickly by USPS. I believe they use some transfer service from China, and then it goes to USPS, and then it gets delivered. But yeah, about 7 business days arrived at my door. Everything came in good condition. Nothing came broken or anything like that. Watches function great. No issues there. I think this watch is pretty cool. This one is obviously for a more dressy audience. This is more for kind of a more sporty, everyday audience. But both watches are definitely pretty decent quality. You know, for under $100. I mean, you can get them for even cheaper using the code down in the description below on TEMU. Definitely download the app. There's a lot of cool stuff on there, and they're continuously adding stuff as well. But yeah, another great experience with TEMU. No issues on my end. And I think they're a pretty cool company. A lot of other products as well you can find on there for your house, for your car, pretty much for anything. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of these watches down in the comment section below if you own any of these brands. And let me know what you think. Definitely smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.